and I did not know what it takes or what exactly the Barista Championship is about 15 days before winning it.
What really?
I had no clue. Cool. So what are you gonna do today? First of all, let's make some coffee. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. No, 6:30 in the morning. That's
Hi, Rounak.
Hi.
He's my childhood friend. He's the guy who became the chartered accountant. He is now the chartered accountant of Quarter 7. More fascinating, he's into professional acting now.
I got a call time from Mithilesh. I have to reach at 6. And there is some shoot. And there is a challenge also. I don't know what challenge. So let us see. No, मैंने यहाँ देखा है जब वो यहाँ था ना अच्छा नहीं I have seen it in the video.
This is where I should stay now.
Viras and Nilanjan.
That is the office, but I should study.
नहीं तो you wanted to get into I knew that you made good coffee back then in 2007 also. तब हमने बहुत अच्छी कॉफी पिए थे तेरे हाथ से तब हमको लगता था कि कहाँ से बना रहा है पता नहीं मतलब जो बाहर पीते थे उससे बहुत अच्छी थी ठीक है but then you had it in you sort of and then you cultivated it right. You can say that if you connect the dot backwards
Connect
right
the dots, yeah.
right now
There was no medium. There was no medium
because
to know how to do it.
no way you were making it as a career back then right no chance.
Oh, if it would have been, तो फिर इतना क्यों?
हाँ इतना क्यों हुआ
CA की इतने पढ़ाई किया था मैंने.
but struggle creates art right
Yeah.
we just had a talk so in that way it is linked and you wanted to win the champion मतलब get into the championship in 2015 even before venturing into coffee right.
Yeah.
So after that you started so what were your मतलब what is the timeline like ऐसा कुछ है क्या कि भी इतने तक इतना करना है या
नहीं
ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं
था. ऐसा कुछ भी
just
नहीं.
go with the flow ऐसा
More than just go with the flow वाला तो so basically coffee there's no defined pathway. Even if you do specialty, there's something called specialty coffee associations ka. In that also you've got a lot of courses, but none of the courses would really say that now you're ready. Nothing guarantees that now you're ready for XYZ.
okay
Okay, so be it business, be it for brewing, be it for championship or any kind of a thing, or else like for example as compared to CA ही ले ले, ठीक है? You've got your CPT, then you've got your CA, then you become a CA, then you get an authority. Of course, it doesn't guarantee you कि काम आता है, but you get a signature, but you got a pathway. In coffee, there's nothing like that, right? It's a very not unorganized in a way, but very open-ended, right? So a lot of people have not done any of the courses, still they are doing something in coffee.
okay
There are a lot of people who have done crazy amount of courses, but they're doing nothing in coffee. So speaking of the timelines, 2015 was a time when, as much as I remember, or maybe a little earlier for sure, something like that, I wanted to become a champion and win the Barista Championship for sure. That was like the target. And I did not know what it takes or what exactly the Barista Championship is about 15 days before winning it.
what really
I had no clue what
no
it takes.
but that must be late right were you already into coffee
Yeah, by that time I was already into coffee, like hardcore. So I'm talking about 2022, 3rd August, the championship started. And I actually got to know the reality of championships and what it takes and what is to be done on 22nd of July.
you're talking about the international one
I'm talking about the national first.
national one okay
So 22nd of July is when I get to know exactly what it takes, 22nd, 21st of July.
okay
Before that, I have kept myself, for a lack of better term, virgin about the championship because for me, I had not even seen the entire. So it's called a routine. 15 minutes when you are there on the stage, and when you're brewing the coffee, it's called a routine. And so 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, it's called a routine, in which you have to basically. It's a stage performance. It is literally a stage performance.
yeah I have seen some of it
So I had started seeing the championship once. I started routine of Sasa Sestic, I remember, but I have never completed that entirely because I was like, what I'm seeing on the TV is not even the closest representation of what you need to do. So for me, even so, when I used to, like for me, badminton, I can't watch that game because I want to be a part of it. So it's kind of that. Meko, I don't like watching it on TV. Live for sure is a different story, but I want to be a part of it. So similarly for championship also, but it's a championship also. I wanted to be a part of it rather than just overseeing and like if you see the routine, alright, if you just see the 15-minute routine, you'll be like, acha, okay, cool. That was me on 21st of July if I would have seen the entire thing. But again, I did not expect. So I'll tell you what happened. It was 22nd July when I went to Dubai. So I went to Dubai for my championship training. When I went there, we started discussing what is to be done, blah blah blah. And my coach said like, okay, this is the script, so learn it tomorrow and come. And I was like, YouTube में तो हम लोग बिना script की करते हैं. And for me the scripting is super tough. What's up, bro? Oh shit!
क्या मस्त शॉट मिला.
Chal, don't disturb, go. So 22nd July, I kind of get to know that you have to learn the script, and that was the first major
Hustle. Learning the script while doing things.
while doing things.
So, मतलब this is basically what narrating what you're doing or what it is.
Not exactly narrating exactly what it's a combination of. So those 15 minutes is basically about summarizing and boiling down all the efforts of the past 6 months or whatever processing has happened, whatever roasting you've done, whatever the concept you're trying to put. Because with a great personality, you cannot just win the Barista Championship. Neither can you win the Barista Championship by just being a beautiful brewer. You need to know the extraction, you need to know all those baselines and all everything. So it is not just narrating what you're doing, but also the reasons behind why you're doing this.
Articulately telling why you're putting what you're
Correct,
doing.
correct.
Why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes, that way. So the why is very important as to
So that tells people who you are.
who you are, what are you talking, what coffee are you representing.
In terms
So you
of
basically,
coffee,
in short, actually, this is the first time I will be saying this. Like, you are talking on behalf of the coffee
I got it.
and the industry.
Yeah.
You know, like, so that is what it is. And I always thought, I never thought that scripting would be such a big part of it. But right from, so imagine this is the stage, right? So exactly this is the stage. Like, these are the tables, right? And I'm standing in front. So, right from which leg should I put first? And by which arm am I pouring water? That is all to be synchronized with what you're talking and time, because you've got 15 minutes. So you're recording now. So you have to basically sync it through very well as to what you're doing, what you're talking, at what moment you're doing it, and there are a million things that can go wrong. A million things, like even your entire championship can be hanging on the basis of you forgot one small teaspoon to put on the table. That also can happen and you're screwed. So
I know this stuff because once you learn the script
yeah,
and you have to do it candidly.
correct.
That is the biggest point. That you
Correct.
know everything what you're going to say, but then still it should come out as if you have spoken it for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is acting basically.
Yeah.
And then you're putting movements also you have to
Yeah.
do. You are doing things also.
Yes.
And what happens is in this process, even if you get one thing wrong, na, so that is in the back of the head. That
Yeah.
keeps playing
It's
in
a
the back
domino
of the
effect.
head. हाँ, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
That has gone wrong. अच्छा, अब क्या करूँ? अब how do I cover it?
True. So yeah, even when we were practicing the routine, so I was happy for making all the mistakes, as many mistakes as possible, because then you eliminate one possibility of that mistake on the stage. You know, like there's never gonna be enough practice for sure. So mentally, though, I must have been doing like around 70-80 times that entire script every day. Like
With the actions, visualizing it.
yeah, completely.
Visualizing.
Very like if we are on a drive, I'm like this, you know, like, and then that script going in the head and all. But anyway, that is like thoda sa aage ka. So 22nd July was tough. One of the toughest days, the 22nd, 23rd July, where for the first 2 days I was just serving water to the judges and I was just saying, uh, क्या था? Yeah. Hi judges, it's an honor to be here in front of everybody. Today, I'm going to keep things nice and easy. My name is Mithilesh and I am from India. As a coffee roaster, brewer and a taster, for me the most important thing of coffee is to serve the coffee great in my coffee shop. So today, only this thing, it took me like 2 days. And on the third day, I got up with frustration and I saw the script. I'm like, why? Like, so I also remember I messaged my, what do you say, mentor, nahi, mentor and my godfather in coffee in a certain way, Alexandru. I messaged him. I'm like, dude, tell me this thing. These guys are asking me to mug up the script. So, is it really that much important? So he replies 50 times a day. I'm like, okay, now there's no more doubt. Because I was wondering, because after a point of time, then I started thinking, yeah, is it so mechanical? You know, like, it's so mechanical about it. But I'm like, okay, let's not ask questions right now at all. Let's just do it. And we'll then gradually, once you graduate from learning to winning, then probably your more answers will be
Cleared.
yeah. So it is a stage show. It is literally that, and you have to work a lot before that. So if I give you the best of the coffee, if I give you the best of the equipment, you still can't really win it. It's not a guarantee at all because people are using the best of the coffees. That is what people sometimes forget, that just by getting the best of the coffee or just by replicating the signature beverage, like the signature beverage that I was doing, uh, by the time I reached finals, I saw everybody doing the same thing. So everybody changed their signature beverage in the finals. Like maybe two of them did not, but others, or one of them did not, others did it. That's not how it works. That's just not how it works. Like, and basically what I felt was in front of the judge, international, in front of the judges, you are absolutely exposed. You are exposed entirely. Like if you are faking it or if you are making stuff up, they will catch like this, you know. Just like, you know, acting may like
Camera will capture everything.
right.
So now you served coffee water for the first 2 days. Then you learned the
Yeah.
script. So this is about a stage show. This is like a a proper show.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I have seen that movements are so precise.
Yeah,
and then you properly do it, and it's like okay, एक के बाद एक. That I have seen थोड़ा सा, not पूरा, थोड़ा सा देखा है. So now if we get into the real part, that is the coffee. मतलब what I think the core is the coffee.
Yeah.
And these are all like food. You first fall in love with the eye.
Yeah.
Then the smell.
Yeah.
Then your palate. Then you satiates you.
Presentation,
Yeah.
It's
So
that only,
so that is the whole thing.
yeah.
So this is also, I think, based on those terms that once you see and it is inviting, they'll come. Then you start brewing
Yeah.
it and making the best coffee. So now, in terms of the percentage, how much is it about the coffee, and how much is the presentation and
50-50,
everything
man.
else?
50-50.
50-50, okay.
Equal, like very, very equal. Like even if I'm, and also look, it's not about that only. You basically need to be understanding like the judges are non-stop scoring, non-stop writing.
Okay.
They are non-stop. There are 7 judges looking at you, right?
7
In
judges at the table.
Yeah, 4 judges on the table,
Okay.
1 head judge and 2 technical judges.
Okay.
And they are all have got different roles. Technical judge is looking at your scale of how much wastage, how much cleanliness, and all this thing. And trust me, it's not easy. Like
Yeah.
it
7
is,
people watching you, it is never easy.
no, that is easy for me.
Okay.
I don't get that pressure. A lot of people do get that pressure.
Yeah,
Who are
that is
people
also a
watching.
thing. Yeah.
But that is okay.
Okay.
I love that. That is
Okay.
great.
Okay.
The tough part is like the smallest of the grinds, and if you've got OCD, my life. So it is like you want that and you come back, and that is the domino effect that starts. So coming back, it is 50-50. Like your coffee should have, like again, there was my coach had said that her when she won the Dubai championship, अब Dubai champion or what is it like? I think Dubai. So her coffee was, she would score it around 84, but her presentation was 9 on 10. When she lost it, her presentation was little okayish. Coffee was really good.
Oh.
So those things also do happen. Of course, everybody will have their entirely different story. Plus, championship, how I perceive it as is, for me, honestly, it is a lot about replicability. Like, how much replicable will it be to the audience who's coming to the cafe? There's a lot to do with, for me, the championship should also be about somebody who's watching it on the camera or in the audience. Someday, he or she should also be accessible to that coffee or that experience. That is very important from what I feel. Uh, if I do some jazz which is just so expensive and so difficult to be replicated or somebody to get, pata nahi, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense because a lot of things that you do at the championships in that is not replicable in the service level. It's just not, because service is extremely fast. A lot of things are happening. You're not just going to be serving. You're talking, you're hosting all these things, you're billing. So a lot of things are missed out over there. But it has to be, for me, it has to be, championship has to be more authentic, raw, original. And this is how we do in the service as well, and make that better. So probably I'm not able to articulate it well.
No, you are doing it. Matlab, what I feel is, so if you practice that in your
It should be practicable in the cafe. Yeah.
So then you have already practiced it, right?
From that point of view also, yes, ki aadat pad jati, but also from the point of view that some of the moments which I did, I remember, I'm like, this I can't do it in the regular life.
Okay.
I just can't. I just can't.
So is it irrelevant, or it is relevant but it is not? It is redundant. What it is?
Redundant, no.
No.
It is slightly unachievable
Okay.
in the service side of things.
So is it the bar set too high?
On a lot of things. Things.
So maybe you want to get there in your regular work? No, never. Not relevant.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. Okay.
Because over there are like so many people who are. I mean, if there is anybody who can correct me, I'm really happy to have a conversation on that. But best of the cafes over the world that I've seen, it's not replicable because there's a rush, there's crazy rush. Like takeaway cups and all these. It's not really possible. But I get the point of championship. Like over there, you're trying to set a really great standard, a great meticulous standard, and also at the same time, championship is not something which you should just you say ki, okay, I'm practicing hard. There has to be reason. What is the reason for what you're doing? Because the concepts can be like a million, zillion, trillion concepts, but that is not going to make you win. Like every year, the winner, whoever is World Barista Championship, there's a concept that comes out. Like 1919, there was a concept of lost varietal. Like in coffee, there's like varietals, right? So he came up with a lost varietal about eugenoides, right? There's a kind of coffee. Came up with that. But did eugenoides make him win? No. It was entire setup that he made out of. The reasoning behind it. Sasa Sastry back in 16 or 15 or something like that, he got up with carbonic maceration. What his presentation, the way he did it, everything so, what do you say? Elegant and constant. They check the consistency. Consistency is super important. So there should be a reason. It cannot be just a new concept. Yeah.
So how important is it for you to win it?
Whoa, very important.
Is the process more important or the winning more important?
I think the process. Because it. So I'll tell you something, like for me, going on stage is not a worry. I'm okay with that. But before that, what you do is more important, because on stage you can't improvise much. if you practice enough, you will be fine. You can't improvise much on the stage. Uh, Little bit you can here and there, but if something goes wrong, that means the practice is not there. But for the process actually teaches you crazy amount of stuff. Like, and by let me define the process basically. The process is about what words do you want to put on the script, how do you want to put it across, how do you want to time it, what kind of concept do you want to bring it, how do you want to match all those things together as a compact whole journey, and give it to that person. Because what happens, like, you have to remember that the judges are new. That judges chhod do, whoever is there is going to be a new person. For him or her, you can't leave things for assumption. You have to tell them your 6 year ka journey in 15 minutes, right? In 15 minutes you have to boom tell them across, and it should hit them, it should be clear. So it's the scripting is fun. It's very challenging and fun. It takes a lot of time because you can't, I mean, for me it was like I couldn't take my mind off. So for the after the national championship, I had just 2 months for the international. That's sad because in 2 months you can't do anything. Like, you just can't do anything. So uh, yeah, the entire 2 months I remember the only thing I was doing was scripting, changing, scripting, practicing. Then I will. So that process is very nice. It should just have been a better timeline. That's about it. So yeah, process is more important. Winning is also for sure. But second, process versus winning second. Like making a mark. Like for the world championship, for me, it was like just make a freaking mark that India is here. You cannot now look at India in a commercial coffee way. India is here to stay. It is the beginning. That was the entire point of me wanting to represent. Because look,
So it was more about national representation
yes, it was more about that.
than a personal thing.
Yeah,
Right?
it was after
More
that,
about
it
after
becomes
the
that
national
only.
championship.
Yeah, it becomes that only. Like you represent
Yeah.
your country, and you have to make sure that you represent well off stage, on stage. You cannot just go there one day and you say like, I don't have this. This competitor is doing this, and then I'll. There are cases which have been done by the way like this. They see, acha, he's doing that. Okay, I'll do this. Arey, it's a world championship, man. You can't just walk over there and do. So I knew one thing: I'm not gonna win it for sure. I was pretty sure. Of course, it'll be stupid for me to expect that I win it because of a lot of reasons. Lack of resources, lack of time. Time being a resource also most important. Equipments. I did not have the equipments. Somebody had promised but never delivered that. That's really sad and sorry for him. So equipments, coffee was very last minute. People have decided coffee. Like for me, National Barista Championship, my coffee was decided back in 2017 itself. I was like, okay, this coffee I'm going to use someday when I participate. So, beg your pardon, 2018 January. So when I got that coffee, I'm like, this is what I want to represent in the world, in Barista whenever I go for it. So imagine that confidence there, and then World Championship. What do you do? What is the concept like? So you need a lot of support. The support mechanism needs to be there big time. I hope with this championship and with the kind of response I got, because the response was insane. Like people from all over the country were like watching it live. It had never really happened that somebody is watching live, or the amount of audience that was there in the nationals final, intense and insane. Like next day when I got up and after winning, I got up, my phone actually hanged. It crashed. Like there were so many messages. So I was happy about that. Okay, there's a what do you say, movement at least started. At least that is started because championship in India has been happening since 2004.
Oh.
Since then, so there was no ignition. There's no spark. There's no blast, something like that. But for me, championship was important because I come from a sports background. And for me, I know what it is. If T20 did not have the mileage of footage, nobody would have played it. So that way, after a point of time, it becomes your national representation. Like how are you representing your country? How are you carrying yourself? How are you speaking? What are you connecting? What are you talking about?
That is storytelling, right? In a way.
In a way.
In a way, storytelling.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, storytelling. Yeah.
That you have already had experience of representing the country once. So, what would you change when you go in the next time?
What would I change? A lot of things actually. Mm, Building a better support mechanism is for sure one.
So
For sure.
that is in your hand right now, right? Because you know now.
As much as I have
Yeah,
in my hand,
yeah.
like that way, like starting off earlier. I mean, of course, if the announcement is there earlier, we of course will start practicing earlier. This year, luckily the announcement is earlier, so practicing more, and one thing I definitely learned, which I am going to stick by, is that there is life beyond championship.
Hmm.
Because championship consumes you, boss. It consumes you, and your 4 months are gone. I actually recovered from the championship thing entirely in November end. September World Championship was there. October, November I took. So from July, August, September, October, November, 5 months, I was consumed by it. Which is, of course, you require that. But as a business owner, as a lot of other things to be taken care, I need to realize and understand that it's a part of your life. It's not your life. Nothing is your life. For I have come to that, like overdoing and overkilling it, you will never enjoy it. You are a freaking enjoy. That is what I've learned. So that is one thing I'll change.
So now that you are storytelling, would you like to get into acting as well?
हाँ अभी
देखते हैं.
मैं
There is some future plans. आगे चल के
holding on
देखेंगे.
to few projects. My dates are a little bit skewed.
Yeah. So maybe after winning the international championship.
Yeah. After that, then I'll see. I'll talk to the.
अच्छा हाँ. What is the format for writing a script?
For this one,
हाँ मतलब जो भी.
for the championship, right? Now see the format of first of all the championship is that you have to serve. You get 15 minutes to serve 4 espressos, 4 milk beverages, and 4
Okay.
signature beverages.
Okay.
There is no particular format to scripting it,
Okay.
but how I took it was like, let's say my mom is a judge who was never given that sheet, scoring sheet. How would I explain it to her? So that is a mindset that you can use, and that will be really helpful for you to script it. So you got to make it easy for yourself to make yourself understand. So that is how it is. So 12 beverages in 15 minutes is the least of the
So that can be manageable.
easily
Easily. Okay.
easily manageable, but the timing is very important, like how you do that. So my world championship was 14 minutes 59 seconds, and if you go beyond 15 minutes, your 3 points are deducted.
Okay. But you must be knowing the scoring as well. On what basis they're rating you?
Yeah,
You know
entire,
that detail, right?
entire scoring. They
Okay.
are, oh my god, they are looking at you, but their hands are like, they are writing like an entire
So
essay.
how many points are there? Is it like the scoring?
Yeah.
10 out of 7 and something
Yeah,
like that?
there's a proper scoring,
Okay.
like proper scoring sheet. I'll put it. We'll put it on the this thing. Like espresso, mein there's also over there. You can't just faff around saying that this coffee is tasting like. वो faffing around is a lot in coffee roasters genuinely, and this coffee tastes like XYZ, 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 and over there you kind of get exposed. You cannot just faff around. You need to. So a lot of people what they do is they write the espresso tasting notes way before the championship. They write it down. How the hell do you know in that coffee on that day how the coffee is gonna taste?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What are you doing? You have to taste it that day and write it down over there. Like today it is tasting. But for that you need to know. Now you get it. Like it is a process. Like this you can't tell.
What takeaways for you? What is the takeaway for you?
For me, right? For
Because
five.
then you are a business owner. You
Yeah.
gave 4 months to it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there must be a cost.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for
Cost
sure.
associated.
Yeah.
So now what is the takeaway?
Five. If I want to put it in 5 pros and cons, first I would say the kind of experience you get and the kind of learning you get for sure. That is a very cliched thing, but that is fantastic. Uh, Second pro was that I love competing. That's great. Third, I would say is the like the stage. If you love the stage, it is just you want to be there. You don't want to get off, and you are like dying to be there. So that is one. And you gotta remember that if once on stage something happens, then it's not on to you. Now you just have to go with the flow.
Mm.
If your portafilter drops or if your jug drops, you just have to continue.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad timing or maybe whatever. But you have to enjoy. So that is what happened. I loved that. Recognition, yes, for sure. The pro that happened was that a lot of people who don't know the format, who don't know anything about the championship, they got into it. I got messages like we were at a party so this is somebody from Canada. We were at a party and we came back early just to see your performance live. Then there were people who said like I with my entire family we sat down, we quickly had our dinner and ऐसे बहुत सारे messages थे. So that was like a win for sure that okay, country has seen this, you know. This also another pro was that this has activated the entire championship model and a lot of people are now getting into it, which is great. So, but I gotta make sure that you remember that championship will not make or break your career or your business. You gotta remember that. Basically, I'm saying it's a part of it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Waisa wala. It's a part of it.
One thing I would like to add is ki, does it help to add the culture to your business?
Yeah.
Big time, right?
Big time.
The culture comes from there, right?
Yeah.
When you are grinded over there, it trickles down to this, and then ultimately it gets into the numbers also, right? Matlab, if I can foresee it.
Like intangible तो बहुत है.
Yeah, intangible.
Intangible तो बहुत है यार, बहुत है. Cons, heavy investments of time and money. Extremely expensive the championships are getting.
I would like to ask, what is the cost? Like, if you generalize also.
My God, my coffee, just to put it in one way, my international coffee costed me like 22,000 per kg.
Okay.
20,000 rupees per kg, and in 1 kg I can only probably make and understand the coffee. I wasted like 1.5 kgs in just calibrating the grinder.
Oh.
Getting it. So it is like 35,000 going, and when you see that happening, you're like, wait, should I just stop now? You know. And you need at least 20 kgs. You need to get a good practice on, hang on, and all those things.
20 kgs for the practices itself.
You can use it for the championship also, but it is very expensive. Very expensive.
So the travel is all yours.
Yeah.
And
I mean, international was covered by the board.
Okay.
Stay and all, but the practice and the food over there and all those things, which is food over there is like normal, but the practice and the coaching and all those things are super expensive. If you want to buy the equipment, so that's what the support mechanism needs to be strong. It will become strong, I'm sure. A lot of people do not come back to the championship ever. A lot of people, I would say around 90% of the people who have competed will never come back to the championship for a lot of several reasons. A lot of them have said that I can't associate with the championship anymore. For me, the picture was different. Now it is different after getting into it, which I understand totally what they're talking about. A lot of people would not come back because it's too much, too expensive, one time, all those things. Yeah.
So now it's coffee time?
Yes, sir. So the challenge is basically that in straight 10 minutes, he's never made an AeroPress in his life.
I have not made coffee here.
So in the next 10 minutes, exactly with the timer on, my target is to make him understand how to brew an AeroPress. Then he will brew an AeroPress and I'll not say anything out of it. So anything for that. So let's see if that would be a success. Let's do it.
चलो करते हैं. मैं पनीर दो प्याजा बहुत अच्छा बनाता हूँ.
Alright, yeah, the timer starts now. Okay. So now you just first have to understand how you're gonna use the scale, right?
Okay.
This is the grams, this is the time. Now this is an AeroPress, we are gonna make an inverted AeroPress. What is a regular AeroPress? Forget it, not important. You're gonna keep it like this. Okay, not like this, not like this, not like this. Black goes from the 4.
Okay.
Now you take this funnel, tear it, and now I'm gonna add coffee. This is a paper filter which you have to put in this cap. So I'll take this and I'll just rinse it with a little bit of water. you can just keep it over here. 15 grams of coffee.
Okay.
You're doing 15, 1:15 ratio. So this is, we'll add 70, 70, 70. We'll just use 210 ml of water. So make sure you've pulled your piston थोड़ा नीचे, 4 के नीचे तक.
Okay.
ठीक है? So first you add 70 ml. Then you stir 4 times. I'll tell you how. Then you add 70 ml. Then you stir 2 times. Then you add 70 ml. Then you stir 1 time. So we'll start. So I am just pouring it, and I am looking at it here. So it should be 70. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then I am waiting till the clock is 30 seconds. Then I'll add another 70 till that is still 140. Cleansing is little bit tricky, so be careful. Hold it from here. Push this glass thoda sa niche, and then tilt it.
Okay.
Okay. And you then now gradually gently press it, not too hard. Like if there is a lot of, so this sound, stop. That's it. That's your AeroPress ready.
Oh.
4 minutes 41 seconds.
Or maybe I can have a practice session.
So I have taught Rounak in 6
Everything.
minutes 6 seconds
Yes.
how to make an AeroPress. He's learned it, and let's see. These
Now. Oh, sorry. This will go over here. अभी अपने को क्या करने का है? I have to go for 70. I have to put it on this.
my god.
This is stirred, right? So this is back to 0. 30 seconds and 4 stir. Okay. But this should measure 15, na? Oh, वो किधर गया? चलो देखते हैं. What? This is wrong. Something is wrong, yeah?
I can't say.
No, no. What is wrong?
3 minutes 54 seconds बहुत भारी पड़ेगा. अब मेरे को समझा स्कूल में कैसा लगता था. मम्मी ने सिखाया. ये था वो. It was this.
So this has to be put right now, क्या? नहीं नहीं, बाद में डालना पड़ता है. यहाँ पे क्या है यार? क्या था यार? Forgotten. टाइमर नहीं लगाया मैंने. 30 seconds कैसे काउंट करूँगा मैं? 30 seconds are done. ठीक है. I have to lock this properly.
Ah.
This is a over extracted version of the coffee, but from the color I don't know.
मस्त ना.
अपना बनाया हुआ ना अच्छे ही लगते हैं. थोड़ा बिटर है.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad, no?
There you go, bro. There you go. The fastest time to be, I mean, somebody learned an AeroPress in 6 minutes,
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
And did it in 5 minutes, 5 seconds.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming. It was great.
It was great fun.
I hope you enjoyed brewing the coffee.
Yeah, really. Yeah, please do subscribe and like the channel and get more info on from the best in the business. Mithilesh. Right now. Yeah.